A high cloud is composed mostly of answer ice crystals. Which weather phenomenon signals the beginning of the mature stage of a thunderstorm? Answer: start of rain at the surface. A jet stream is defined as wind of answer 50 knots or greater. What relationship exists between the winds at 2,000 feet above the surface and the surface winds? Answer: the winds at 2,000 feet tend to parallel the isobars, while the surface winds cross the isobars at an angle towards lower pressure and are weaker. A characteristic of the stratosphere is answer: relatively small changes in temperature with an increase in altitude. Test data indicates that ice, snow, and or frost having a thickness and roughness similar to medium or coarse sandpaper on the leading and upper surface on the leading edge and upper surface of the airfoil can answer: reduce lift by as much as 30% and increase drag by as much as 40%. In the what localities is advection fog most likely to occur? Answer: coastal areas. The presence of standing lenticular autocumulus clouds is a good indication of answer: very strong turbulence. Which weather phenomenon is always associated with the passage of frontal system? Answer: a wind change. To which meteorological condition does the term dew point refer? Answer: the temperature to which air must be cooled to become saturated. What are the four families of clouds? Answer: high, middle, low, and those with extensive vertical development. The primary cause of all changes on the Earth's weather is answer: variations of solar energy received by Earth's regions. Ice, snow, or frost having a thickness and roughness similar to medium or coarse sandpaper on the leading edge and upper surface of an airfoil can. Answer: reduce lift as much as 30% and increase drag by 40%. What are the requirements for the formation of a thunderstorm? Answer: sufficient moisture, an unstable lapse rate, and a lifting action. Clouds, fog, or dew will always form when? Answer: water vapor condenses. When compared to winds at the surface, winds at 2,000 feet are? Answer: higher due to absence of friction. Fog is usually prevalent in industrial areas because of? Answer: an abundance of condensation nuclei from combustion products. What feature is associated with a temperature aversion? Answer: stable layer of air. The average height of the troposphere is middle latitudes in the middle latitudes is 37,000 feet. Why is frost considered hazardous to flight operations? Answer: frost causes early separation of airflow, resulting in loss of lift. The strength and location of the jet stream is normally? Answer: weaker and further north in the summer. Which force in the northern hemisphere acts as a right angle to the wind and it deflects it to the right until parallel to the isobars? Answer: Coriolis. Where do squall lines most often develop? Answer: ahead of a cold front. The amount of water vapor which air can hold largely depends on answer air temperature. Which clouds have greatest turbulence? Answer cumulonimbus. If air temperature at 1,350 feet is plus 8 centigrade and a standard average temperature lapse rate exists, what is the approximate freezing level? 5,350 feet MSL. What types of fog depend upon wind in order to exist? Answer advection and upslope fog. In which situation is advection fog most likely to form? Answer an air mass moving inland from the coast in the winter. Which thunderstorms generally produce the most severe conditions, such as heavy hail and destructive winds? Answer squall line. Which weather condition can be expected when moist air flows from relatively warm surface to a colder surface? Answer fog. A temperature aversion will normally form only answer in stable air. Which condition results in the formation of frost? Answer temperature of the collecting surface is below the dew point of the surrounding air and the dew point is colder than freezing. What causes surface winds to flow? What causes surface winds to flow across the isobars at an angle rather than parallel to the isobars? Surface friction. Which weather conditions should be expected beneath a low-level temperature aversion layer when relative humidity is high? Answer smooth air, poor visibility due to fog, haze, or low clouds. An air mass is a body of air that, answer, covers an extensive area and has fairly uniform properties of temperature and moisture. Which feature is associated with the troposphere? Tropopause. Which feature is associated with the tropopause? Answer, abrupt change in temperature and lapse rate. Which conditions are favorable for formation of radiation fog? Answer, clear sky, little or no wind, small temperature over dew point spread, and over land surface. Which condition is favorable for the formation of radiation fog? Clear sky, little or no wind, small temperature versus dew point spread, and over a land surface. Frontal waves normally form on, answer, slow-moving cold fronts or stationary fronts. Standing lenticular clouds in mountainous areas indicate, answer, turbulence. Common type of ground or surface-based temperature aversion is that which is produced by ground radiation on clear, cool nights when the wind is light. Fair weather cumulus clouds often indicate turbulence at and below the cloud level. If squalls are reported at your destination, what kind of conditions should you anticipate? Answer, sudden increase in wind speeds of at least 16 knots, rising to 22 knots or more, lasting for at least 1 minute. What situation is most conducive to the formation of radiation fogs? Warm, moist air over low, flatland areas on calm nights. What is an indication that downdrafts have What is an indication that downdrafts have developed and the thunderstorm cell has entered the mature stage? Precipitation begins to fall from above the cloud base. During the life cycle of a thunderstorm, which stage is characterized predominantly by downdrafts? Answer: dissipating. Winds at 5,000 feet AGL on a particular flight are southwesterly, while most of the surface winds are southerly. The difference in the direction is primarily due to: answer: friction between the wind and the surface. Under which condition does advection fog usually form? Moist air move over colder ground or water. Most frequent type of ground or surface-based temperature inversion is that produced by radiation on a clear, relatively still night. Suffix nimbus used in naming clouds means a rain cloud.